Hello everyone and welcome back. We're going to be playing one more deck from Worlds. This one's going to be the Esper midrange pile. There was a lot of these deck lists running around. I think it was the most represented deck at the tournament in total. Barring some people's opinions at the tournament, they didn't think this would be the most popular, but it ends up being that. This deck list ran and I believe got 6th in the tournament, maybe higher than that. Other than that, we are going to run this through the gauntlet and see how it performs. This is the deck list. I will be linking the direct list I ended up using and the tournament in the whole in the description if you're interested. Other than that, if you do enjoy the content, please be sure to subscribe and let's just get into the games. All right, we get to go first here. Very nice. We start off with, we'll keep, I start off with Shattered Sanctum, so I take less damage on turn 2 for what I want to play. Oh, good choice considering it's mono red apparently. Just hold up, make this sphere, can make a 2/2 or play Denic. I think we just pass here. Hold up, make the sphere. There's a Feldon, so good reason to do so. We don't ever really want to block a Feldon if we don't have to, because of the claws on the card. Well, could play other things. Let's just play Wedding Announcement, produce creatures over and over. Third land from our opponent. Godric's good. I think we just go ahead and block. Do hit land here, which is really, really nice. I'll play out a Denic. They haven't tried to burn me yet, so now I also have 2 creatures in play. If I play Shieldred, I can attack, and Wedding Announcement will draw me a card. Stormy Scoundrel comes in, makes Godric active immediately. Also now a flying 5/5. A lot of commitment towards one creature here. We'll definitely have to Wedding Announcement now, I think. We'll also drain us for 1. For Dura, very nice. Definitely think I don't attack. I guess I can attack that, but no, I think we just wait. In turn, make an additional 1/1. Now this is a 3/4. We'll gain more life blocking this out than we would have if we attacked with it and only gained 2. Another Scoundrel coming in, turning on to Godric. Scoundrel and Godric is very nice, kind of 1-2 punch with each other. Let's see it, opponent. Block here. I guess here. Let's like ensure that this dies no matter what. But assume the only thing I really have to fear is a Monster Shroll token. Or a monster not Monster Shroll token. Monstrous Rage. Sure. 2/0, create a Monster Roll token attached to it. Goes to the battlefield. That happens. Oh, let's do something really cool here. Plus, put this on Denic. Give Denic that first strike, gain that 4 life. Now our Wandering Emperor is all the way up to 4. We -1 Godric. Take it out. Lose a little here, but definitely not that concerned as we play our Shieldred down. And now attack with this just to gain our life. Guaranteed we're not in any danger of getting burned out of the game. I mean, 12 is a lot for them to deal with 3 mana and 4 cards. With 2 1/1s in play, but definitely possible. So I don't want to ever indulge in the idea of it happening. I'll block them both. Again, the amount of lifelink that we have here is quite absurd, so I'm not blocking with Shieldred. Even get big enough, then Wandering Emperor can exile again. That's 2 life, plus an attack with Denic, which is 4. And there are only 4/2, so it still trades. I take 2 damage from it. Little soldier putting in work. What's the plan? That was great. They lose both their creatures. It goes to my turn. And now I just blow the game out. Now we attack. I'll put them all on Dennick because Dennick has lifelink. The only thing we really lose here is, I guess, the hat. Sure. You got me. None of that happens, but you still are taking a lot of damage here. I always forget that they play this card, but we're so far ahead. I'd do it again. We pull it out. That was really cool. You can definitely see how good Godric's got and why mono red still pushes the envelope to being the best deck in the format. This just screamed mono red for soldiers. Oh, it's Golgari. Okay. Interesting matchup this is going to be. Could be more. Could be more than just green and black. We'll see though. Oh, they just hard play that. Very interesting. You don't see that very often. A lot of people, instead of indulging in playing a 3-2, they're just like, I will draw the card, which helps us buy time, honestly. But it'll get hit with a cut down. Yeah, we'll go ahead and remove it. We only had go for the throw. I might not, because I think we might have to answer like a Glissa or something this turn. Graveyard Trespasser even. Yep, there's Glissa. One of the main reasons I didn't want to use our go for the throw. Don't want to play out the wedding announcement, because if they have removal for our token and hit us, they can then blow up our wedding announcement. So we'll just pass here. Hope to draw a land. Attack for 3. Another situation where, worst case scenario, I'm gonna probably try to remove this anyway. I don't want them drawing cards to get closer to Shieldred. Now, of course, do they already have a Shieldred? We'll see. Here it is. Me summoning it forward. Oh, they cycle and then play it. That's why this card's so good. So hard to beat. Especially in best of one when you're not really prepared for it. But that land draw is going to keep us in this game, I think. Wandering Emperor coming down, exiling this is a good way to deal with it. Maybe the best. That is going to be one of the saddest duresses. You can take Wedding Announcement or one of my 2 Emperors. Wedding Announcement goes. I feel like Emperor is kind of the problem, but maybe I'm wrong. Do they have an answer for Emperor? Shieldred's Edict's 1. Liliana might be another. Sure. Plus here. Resolves. I'll let Dennick go because we get value from it in our graveyard. We play a land. I can't imagine we see an attack here. Yeah, no attack here makes total sense. We'll play Emperor. We'll make 2-2. We find land. Finds incredibly good value here. What to do, what to do. You just corrupt the fortress and also attack Liliana. Then make another 2-2. And then they have this to kind of cycle again, which doesn't make me... Not really what I'm looking for, I think. Minus play around the down tick here. I'll lose my Emperor in hand. Just hoping Shieldred's good enough. They probably have an answer for it, but can't be too sure. What is the play? They can obviously plus Liliana first, but you know my last card in hand. They don't play another land. That's just a mistake. Maybe. Well, now it's not a mistake. Apologies. But you could have played Turtle first, I guess, to see what land you would hit. They pull out a Foundry. Totally makes sense there. I will plus on my Shieldred. I would like this to have first strike.
We've got the edge in this fight.
I promise they're going to get to repeatedly play this over and over again. Actually, It's only target spells and abilities on the front, but it doesn't really matter. I'll attack. Hey, let Liliana go? You have such a good cycle every turn.
I'll be back with
I feel like that's kind of crazy. Am I wrong for that? Maybe they have another Liliana, so they just don't care. But I think throwing this in front and just constantly using it to cycle every turn. Well, I guess cycling's worse now, right? Because it's shielded, it's 3 damage. And they're low on cards. So maybe my thought process was wrong. Always have to think of things differently every now and then. This can gain a life back, though. Then it's on the front side, so the back side can't be available for us, which does suck. Sage you. Justice Connors comes up. So be it. What will it attack? We let the Emperor go. Oh! I did not like this card one bit. Okay. Oh, nothing. I, at this point, don't care to get rid of this. They cycle that helps our Shieldred plan, I think. I would like to investigate. That's the approach I take at all. Let the Emperor go. Maybe we just let Emperor go.
Still have much to learn.
Brutal. Brutal indeed. I can definitely attack, and it'll take out both of these. Attacking here. Attack with Shieldred. I want to say the answer is yes, because then I thin off their board, and they're stuck with their creature lands. But they have food to sacrifice every turn. No, I think I only attack with 3. Land. Fast. The other thing is, it also makes it incredibly awkward for them to attack through. They either have go for the throat or they don't. Now if they crew up their land and attack, I have a Shieldred to jump in the way. Kind of revealing the last card might have also not been ideal. My turn. I would love, honestly, if I could stop drawing lands. But this is 3, this is 4 and 5. They go up by 3 to 12. Okay. Just attack here. Them down to 6. They go down to 4, but they'll probably go up to 7. Play the land, I guess. I was going to hold it for maybe a duress or something. Maybe we're supposed to hold it for Liliana. Make them plus, make them be nervous about the card in their hand. Be a play. They flood more with us. They play their own Shieldred, so now they negate each other to some extent. If we can actually put enough damage on them, the way this works is active player and non-active player. So we go to their turn. You'll be able to see it here. You'll notice that my trigger will go on the stack first. Like that. So this is mine, this is theirs. Theirs actually resolves first. So, barring that, you can actually go for the win here. Do Rafine. We will bring out this land. We're going to do quite a wild attack, but we have to. Do all this. They have no Reacher. This will drain and gain, and then I'll, of course, put it on Dennick. With us having no cards in hand, this is a complete wheel. We'll gain and lose, gain, lose, gain, lose. This would be big enough to kill. However, all we had to do there was get our opponent to 2 life. Even if we didn't hit like Rafine or whatever, we could have brought this up and attacked. They're at 5. I don't know if that's exactly right. We attacked. I thought they were a little bit higher in that, but we attack. This hits for 3. This hits for more. And what would happen is, if we go to their turn, they only have 2 life. They would draw a card. Their trigger would go in the stack from their shielded first. Then ours would go second. Therefore, ours would resolve first, killing them before they actually gained a life from their own shielded back. All right, we're ready to go. Deserted Beach. In case I cut, we're on the play to play Dennick on turn 2 here. Nice little play for us, though. We do get to play it, and it trades up pretty much all this. Well, it doesn't even trade. It kind of bodies all of it. Of course, we have the issue of a Brutal Cathar, potentially in the next coming turn. They're playing their 1-drops, that's for sure. No attacks. We're holding back the line. We want them to play Brutal Cathar and attack, because then we will go for the throat to Brutal Cathar when they declare attackers, and we'll flip out our creature and go to blocks. Hopeful Initiate will grow in that case, but that's perfectly fine, I think. They could also play Ossification, which blows this plan out, which then go for the throat probably answers the Hopeful Initiate. Ooh. That's also a play. Well, can't stop it now, so we'll let it go. It only affects graveyard, and it's the target of spells or abilities. This doesn't affect anything with manipulating their library. Thalia and Adeline. Ugh. This is gonna be a tough one, team. We pass now. It's probably make it 2 still. Play land. What do we do here? Maybe we just pass. See what happens. I would assume Adeline's to play. Then they have to get aggressive. Maybe it's just Thalia and wait. Well, they could play Adeline and attack with Knight. Okay. That's also an option. Raining. For the third. Alright, they don't have the protection spell. I thought they might. Could have been like a surge or something. So I was a little afraid of that attack. Well, if Adeline's coming down, with our hand, we're going to need to start finding some stuff to interact with the board. So I'm going to go ahead and try drawing. Land is important. We'll let Dennick go. Dennick is less valuable than I think playing this Virtue and another Rafine when this can get Brutal Cathar to something along those lines. Speaking of the silly little boy. An attack here. This is training, but we will jump in front. Rafine does live that. Another go for the throat. We do have to cast a spell, though. Always cast a Wedding Announcement. So this doesn't flip over and we have to take more life because of it. I like staying aggressive here. Let other copy of Rafine go. Gets a little bit bigger. We now have go for the throat and play an active. Make a little token. Stand behind enemy lines, you know. They could remove the counter for the Hopeful Initiate and blow up my Wedding Announcement. Thalia. Thalia is a play. Take out Brutal Cathar. Get our creature back in the action. Now that we know Adeline's not coming down. And guard's also really nice. Nice plays all around from our opponent. One of these will have to get thrown in front of here. It hit down to 10. Now, I think we hold. We play the land. We'll play this on the backside, but I think holding up go for the third is better. Pass. Make another token. Blocking duty for this token. Another Vanguard plus Adeline is not what we're looking for. Be surprised if we don't see him attack here. Based on previous turns that were super aggressive. They know we made a play with go for the throat previously, so maybe they'll play around it. Oh yeah. Bring it in. Get in. Get in here. Ah, they didn't bait. They didn't buy it. Buy it at all. Let us move the blocks. front of here. I'm just gonna get paid for it anyway. I would like for them to waste their turn doing so. Yes. Ward 1. Asked me if I was sure. Yeah. Every time there's an "are you sure" message, I do get a little bit nervous. But we need to get this out of the way so when we play Virtual Loyalty here next turn, we don't get it just blown up by the initiate. It'll grow our board exponentially. Hopefully we can live to that turn. Plus it took their entire turn. Let's play Virtue. I play the land. I think so. Argument is to hold it for like Rafine. Not sold on it. Now our board grows. Now Rafine can block their entire board almost. It can block Knight, but if they play a Lord, obviously we're not really going to want to do that. Ossification coming down, taking out my Rafine, I would assume. Could take out the Denick though. It's just like sometimes it's really awkward. Taking the life gainer out makes sense. I am at 10. There's land plus Adeline, so it doesn't matter. After that, I'm not entirely sure what took them so long. Could block this, but I think blocking the 5 makes more sense. We are in desperation mode anyway, so I have to block what I can. And even if I do, were to somehow wipe the board or something, Mishra's Foundry is going to make it all the more hard for us to do so. Let us play Denick on the backside. Let us cut down here. Attacks. Not entirely dead, but I don't feel super alive. Another ossification will unravel us. Intrepid Adversary will also do the same. Really, just attack out. Giving me board wipeouts. Not that I play really any, but. And we're still dead. They almost didn't attack out too. It's kind of crazy to think about. They almost held value back for some reason, but lose mono white. All right, so we're gonna talk about it a little bit. I do think to some extent, at least in best of 1, this deck's a little bit more questionable. I think that's why you don't see it all too often. I don't know if it's necessarily better than Esper Control in best of 1 again. Necessarily better than Esper Control with like board wipes. The amount of times I felt like this deck personally, like just having a board wipe of some kind was needed, and maybe that's just me kind of playing it wrong, but I never felt like I was interacting enough. And then whenever I would have make disappears, they were very awkward. But again, that's why you do when you make these, and that's why when they made them for their tournament, it's a best of 3 deck. As you can see, a lot more interaction went in, and even a farewell is in the sideboard to play to that out of drawing that. Because sometimes you do just need to reset the board, especially every time we were kind of on the draw. Very quickly, it got out of hand. And our decks that we're playing against are all in on their strategy, while we're a little bit more flexible and open to answering a lot of different things in best of 3, and then catering to it even more so in the sideboard. Also, no manlands besides the Restless Fortress, like no Mirrex. A lot of decks that you see in best of 1 right now will be loaded up on this no matter what. They'll be playing either 4 of this or 3 of this in a Mirrex, or 2 and 2, or things along those lines, or even playing a full stack of Rafine's Tower to limit the potential of flooding. So there's a lot of different things happening here, but I do, of course, I do like the deck overall, and I definitely think it's a solid best of 3 deck. Clearly, it did really well. Like, they were in the top 8 for a reason. So other than that, that's all I really got to say. Best of 1, a little bit weird. Best of 3, deck performs great, of course. Obviously, I don't have to be the one to tell you that. If you look at the results of the tournament, Esper was everywhere. Different variations all over the place. So again, deck list. This is the exact one I'll use will be down there. Also, the link to the tournament will be down there. I'll most likely be doing one more video off the Worlds deck, the spiciest list, which I saved for last, which would be the Simic one. Outside of that, I hope you all enjoyed.